Hello. Yeah, it's me. It's me again. Now I'm gonna do my 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 really good shelf of really good games. Yeah, it's my favorite shelf. So I'm gonna do these games in order of the ones I from the worst to the first kind of thing. But it doesn't mean the worst is like bad. It just that they're all very good. Anyways, it's the gift project games, and this is the one called GIPF. It's a really good game, but it's just that it's just so hard for me to think about, like to do well in. It's just such a hard game. I will show you. This is the board. Oh no, I know this is dry as anything. I know it's not that exciting of a board. I don't know why I'm showing it. But anyways, this is the board, and then you have these pieces, black and white pieces. They're very simple. Two pieces on top. That means it's a gift piece. Like this is a gift piece. One piece is just a standard piece. And all what you do is you just put a piece on a dot and you push it. And everything in the line pushes in that line. And you're trying to make a line of 4 of your pieces in a row. And then any pieces that extend off that line are captured. If they're your opponent's pieces, they're captured and they're out of the game. And then if you can't move, you lose the game. Or if you capture all of the gift pieces, then you also won. It's a really hard game. But they also have these special pieces that are called potentials. I've never played with them, but it'd be really they change the game. So like for example, this one, if you get this piece into the middle, you get to take another turn right away. But in order to use the piece, this is a TAMASK potential. In order to use this, you have to win a game of TAMASK. That's ultimate gift. I've never played it, but that would be really fun. It would be fun. So maybe someday I'll play it. We don't know. But anyways, that's gift. The next game I'm going to show you is called ZERTZ. I think you know this one. This is the one with the marbles, or the eggs, not marbles. The board is made up of these round rings, look like this. So they're made up of those round rings. And then look, so exciting. You get these marbles. They sit in these rings. Maybe I can show you. So you set up the board like so. Like this kind of thing. I'll just set up a little bit of it. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, like so. And then what you do on your turn is you take any of these marbles, you put them there, and then you take a ring off of the board like that. But what you're trying to do is collect either 6 of these black marbles, 5 of these gray marbles, 4 of these white marbles, or 3 of each. How you do that? Well, so this is what makes the game so hard. Oh, I can't even, oh, it's just so hard. Because what you do is you either put a piece on the board, like I just showed you, or you jump a piece. If you can jump a piece, you have to. It's like checkers. So, yeah, let's put it like this. Okay. So let's say I wanted this gray piece, and it's my turn. I can put this. There are more black pieces than there are gray pieces, and there's more gray pieces than white. So I could put this black piece on the board right here. Then on your turn, you have to jump. This one, you have to go like this. Oh, pretend. Oh, and then I take this piece off. You have to jump this piece like that, and then you get this. But then I go and I have to jump here, and then I get this one. So that's the way you play this game. You have to give the other person scoring markers, marbles, for you to get one. And it's just so hard. But it's fun. If you can get your head around it. But, like I say, it's really hard. That's ZERTZ. I mean, I'll play any of these games, but I just won't play them well. PUNCT. PUNCT. Crazy names, I know. This is green. Okay, this game is really good. I had a friend once who really liked this game. Oh my gosh. So, see the board? So what you're trying to do is connect any two opposite sides. Doesn't matter which two, as long as they're opposite. You have the white pieces and the black pieces. Both players get the same set. There's pieces like this, and angle ones like this. And what you do is you put them, a piece directly on the board, like that. Pyong. Oh, I can do it too. Or you move a piece that's already on the board. One of your own pieces that's on the board. But the thing is, pieces can stack. So, I don't know if you can see this. I don't know how to do it. Anyways, you put a piece like that, and eventually it might put pieces like this, or however it's going to work. Then you can move a piece and stack it. So you can move this piece along a straight line that has this. See, this is the PUNCT piece. It's the right one. And you can stack it right there and rotate it. And you see, you cover up your opponent's piece. Now he can't move this piece because it's under this piece. And you're just trying to connect two sides. It's a really nice game. Very fun. I enjoy it a lot. Usually it comes down to one area of the board where you just keep stacking and stacking, and you're getting really high stack of pieces, and then you cut the person off and you don't see the other move and he cuts you off, and it's like, oh, it's really good. Okay. This is the game TAMASK. You see that? This is the game I played with my kids when they were young. Kids can play this game because it's so easy to play. Not that easy to win. And look, you're playing with sand. You're playing with time. Each one of these sand timers is 2 minutes. Yep, 2 minutes. And then here's the board. And what happens is both players get a whole bunch of these rings. And what you do on your turn is you take a piece, you take one of your pieces and you flip it over, and then you put your ring on it. Okay, you flip it over or whatever, and then you put your ring on it. And you have 3 of these. So the beginning of the game might look something like this, or whatever. Okay. I know. And then what you do on your turn is the same red. You're going to take a piece, you move it to an adjacent spot that's empty, but the thing is you have to flip it. And then you put your ring on it. And then look, if that time runs out, you're not allowed moving the piece anymore. So you got to go, oh my gosh, it's my turn, I got to go like that. And then put your piece on. You want to get rid of all of your rings, or more of your rings than your opponent. And that's how you win the game. It's really fun. The thing is, everybody thinks it's like a time management game, but it's not really a time management game. It's an area control game. You want to control an area on the board so that you can make moves and your opponent can't. That's a big problem. 2 minutes is a long time. But if those markers get low on time, you're like, oh my gosh, go, go. It's funny. That's TAMASK. Okay, now, okay, I'm going to show you, oh no, not this one. I'm going to show you this other one first, because I said I would do them in order. So my next favorite game is this one. It's called YINSH. This is I think this is the most popular of the series, highest ranked. It is really good. It is good. The problem with me is that the board gets so full, and I can't see a good move anymore. It's just crazy. But the boards aren't all that exciting looking, I know. The pieces are very nice. See, this board is just like that. But you get to play with these rings and markers and stuff. I will show you. See, the white guy, you get these 5 rings. You're going to place them on the board. The other player gets his 5 rings. You place them on the board, alternating turns or whatever. But I'm just going to show you. Then when they're all on the board, the white player starts. You take one of these, so you get so many of these things. They're like 54 or something like that. They're double-sided, white and black. So if you're the white player, if you're playing the white pieces, just like it's here so you can see it, you put your piece in there, your side up, and then you move your ring. You move it as far along as you want. You're not allowed jumping over another ring, and you just move it as far as you want. Then the black player will play. He puts his piece in there, and then he moves it, and he can move this far. He can jump over this piece, and when he jumps over it, he flips it. Okay, and then the white guy goes. He might do that. As soon as you cross over, jump over a piece, you have to land on the next available spot and flip. Now, see, the black player can go like this, and he jumps over here. He has to stop there because it's empty, and he still has to flip it. Even if it's his own color, he still has to flip it. But sometimes you might want to, because on his next move, well, yeah, on his next move, you can go like that and flip that piece. You're trying to get, you're trying to get 5 in a row. So say it's like this, and it's black player's turn. He goes like that, and he moves it wherever he wants, and he has 5 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You take them off the board back there. Then what you got to do is remove one of your rings from the board, which is brilliant if you think about it. You put it there because now it's harder for that player to win because he's got 1 less ring. But whoever gets 3 rings off the board first wins. It's really smart, really well-designed game. Which is probably why it's the highest rated gift project game. It's really good. Okay, the next one I'm going to show you. There's like 8 altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, I don't know. Anyways, this is called TZAAR or ZAAR. Nobody knows how to pronounce these things, but anyways, TZAAR. This board looks like this. See? Same looking board as most of the others, except this one's got a hole in the middle. You see? You can't move there. So the pieces are black and white pieces. They look like this. So some of the pieces are like this. There's a whole bunch of those. I don't know how much. Some of the pieces have a dot in the middle. There's like 9 of those pieces. And some of the pieces have a dot and a ring around it. There's only like 6 of those pieces or something. And we play so that we just fill up the board in some sort of random fashion. Just called randomly. The whole entire board. And then what happens is that Your turn consists of 2 phases. Oh, I should put my piece. The first thing you have to do, you have to capture a piece. You have to. If you can't capture a piece, then you lose the game. So you don't want that. You want to be able to capture a piece. And then your second part of your move is you either make another capture, or you can stack, or you can pass. So the reason why you want to stack a piece is because they're more powerful. You can only stack your piece on top of one of your pieces, though. So for example, this piece, I might go take this piece like that. This piece is out of the game. Poof. Then I might take another piece and stack. So I might take this piece and stack it on there. Now that's a stack of 2. This is a stack of 1. This guy, he's not allowed taking this piece because he's only 1 and he's 2. You have to be the same, equal or higher. So he might take this piece and then stack. And if he's silly, he might stack like that. Now this is 2 and this is 2, so this guy could take this one. See? But you have to be able to take. Oh, and the way you win, you eliminate all of one type of an opponent's piece. So if he doesn't have any more of these pieces on the board, or these pieces, or these pieces, then he loses. But the game can keep going on and on because, like, you don't want to do that. So the end game might be that you can't take anymore. You can't move to take a piece. So and therefore you lose. So there's 2 ways to win that game. It's really good, really deep. You can make some really clever moves in this game. It's because you can have, you can make some really clever moves. It's really satisfying to make, clever moves. You feel smart. You almost feel smart. You're like, whoa. Okay, 2 more games to go. This is DVONN. This is it's a really good game. I will show you. Look at these pieces. So you have white pieces and you have black pieces. The same like most every other game, actually. And the board looks like this. It's a long board. You see that? Yeah, it's long. So this game, how you're supposed to play it, is you have to, some people put it random, but you have to build the board. So white always goes first, but white has 2 of these DVONN pieces. They're red. And black has 1 of those pieces. But I mean, they're not, they just place them. So white would place one DVONN piece anywhere on the board he wants. Then black places his DVONN piece anywhere on the board he wants. And then white places another piece, the DVONN piece. And then black gets to play his first actual real piece. He goes there, and white goes there, whatever. So some people think that this is not useless part of the game and they just put randomly, but it's not. There's a lot of strategy when you're playing these pieces, and I'm going to show you now. Because obviously you want to place, I always want to place next to a DVONN piece at the beginning because you have to control those pieces. Oh, yeah, I'll show you. But also, I like to place so that I have a situation like this where I have 2 of my pieces here and I place a piece there. Because I will show you why you want to do that. That's another thing I like. That's my strategy. Why? Because I will show you why. I'm putting them out randomly, but in the real game you think about these things. So if it's my turn, so what you do, you move your piece onto another piece. You have to move it onto another piece. All of these games, the board kind of shrinks. So you can move over empty spots, but you have to end your turn on another piece. So for example, the reason why I like this setup is that I can move this piece, and I'm going to move, you have to move it the exact number of spaces as how high the stack is. So this is 1 piece stack, so I can move it 1 space. And you can only move pieces that have a breathing space. So, for example, this piece here is locked in. I can't move it because there's no breathing spaces. So you have to start with the ones on the edge. So I start with this one, and I can move it there. Now look, I have access to these two pieces of mine. You see? So that's why you set that up during your setup when you're studying. If it was like this and I moved it here, then my opponent would have access to this piece. I may not want that. So I do that. The other thing you can do is you can move on top of one of these red pieces. If you do that, you can control it. The reason why you might want to control it is that, I don't know if you can see it or not, but say it's like this. Say the board looks like this, and there's one rule of this game is that all the pieces on the board have to be connected somehow to any one of these three red DVONN pieces. If they're not connected, they're off the board. So, for example, if it's my turn, I can do this. I can go 1, 2, and then all these pieces, mine or his, are off the board, no longer in play. You can like remove half of the pieces like that. And at the end of the game, whoever controls the highest total stacks, so it might be like this, whatever. So here, like black is going to win because look at all his stacks. White, how you do it is you just go like that. And you can see clearly black has more, controls a higher total amount of pieces. That's how you win. The strategy is just phenomenal. It's really good. I love that game. DVONN. Okay, I have one more to show you. I could have done this a lot better. Okay, the last one I'm going to show you is called LYNGK. I think this is probably my favorite GIPF project game, but they change so fast that tomorrow it could be something totally different. So, I don't know. But right now, the game I like the best is LYNGK. See the board? It's also a hex board. But the funny part is, look at these pieces. This is the most colorful GIPF project games because there's red, blue, white, green, and black pieces, and these are wild pieces. They count as any color. This one here, the board is, I don't know, it's set up, again, it's set up randomly or whatever, so it's just random like this. And the thing with this game is these are all two-player games. But the thing with this game is that you don't start off the game owning, you don't own any of the colors. You're not like green or red or blue or something. You're not. You're just the guy sitting there moving pieces around. And then, so one color of each is off the board, like so. Then what do you do on your turn is you take any piece that you want, even in the middle, whatever, and you move it. You stack it on top of any other piece. So, but you can't stack it on a stack that has the same color in it. So you're not allowed doing something like this, putting a red on a red, for example. You can't do that. But you can put a red on a wild, because it's wild. So you might do that, whatever. But it wouldn't be very interesting if you're just doing that, because so it might do that. Then this is a two-piece, a two-stack. You can go on top of a three-stack. But even, oh yeah, no. So and but you're not allowed doing this. You're not allowed this piece because it's one. It's not allowed going there, unless. So before you make your turn, before you do your turn, you can, if you want, you can claim a color. Okay, so you claim a color by taking the ones that are off the board. You say, okay, well, in this case, it's my turn. I'm going to be black. I'm going to claim black. once you claim black or the color, then you can move the one thing, the one piece, onto a higher stack if you want. The other thing you can do is you can do the link move, what they call the link move. You can take this black piece and then you can move it on to this black piece, but you don't stop there. Then you can change direction. Usually you're only allowed going in one direction, like shunk, like that, until you hit something. But if you own a piece, you can go on top of another piece of the same color and then change direction. So there, look. So now black owns this whole stack of 4. The way you win the game is you try to make a stack of 6. The first person to make a high stack, a stack of 6 pieces, automatically wins the game. So that means you have to have every single color plus 1 joker. But you can have more than 1 joker in a stack. You can have 2 or 3 because they're any color you want. But the thing is, it has to be exactly 6. So this is 4. So he needs a green. So on the next turn, you might go like that. Now he's got 5. Now he only needs a wild. On the next turn, you go like that. Now he has 6 and he wins. But of course, the other player gets turns too, and you got to stop that. It's really good. You claim you can claim 2 colors during the game. And once you claim a color, so say I claim black, then my opponent, you're not allowed moving black. You can't move black if I've already claimed it. You just can't do that. So you would not be allowed to do that. But you can do this though, and then I can't move that. Oh well, if you're red, I can't move that piece. But yeah, I don't have access to my black piece anymore. So you try to cover up. So it's all timing. When are you going to claim a piece? Oh, it's so. I mean, it's such a good game. I mean, I really like it. Like I said, this is now my favorite, but they're all so close. This, DVONN, TZAAR, YINSH. Yeah, those 3. Oh, LYNGK, DVONN, TZAAR, YINSH, 4 of them. They're probably going to stay my 4th favorite. The others are good. But like I say, it's so hard to think of openings. Openings in these games are really difficult to think about. You're like, how do I do an opening? That's my gift project shelf. They're so good. And I just really like these games. Anyways, that's it. Thanks. I'll see you later. Bye.